Yo, what's poppin'? You currently locked in with the coldest podcast in the land. It's your boy, B Jones, a.k.a. Bolo, and you know when I'm pulling up to the porch. I can't pull up without my dog.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Big Smitty, a.k.a. D-Nice. And where we at again, Bolo?
Y'all know we in the place to be, so go ahead and tell a friend to pull up and grab a drink, because this is the porch.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we need. Now we undefeated. If we link, no it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free, but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me. I'ma see it, I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated.
Let's get it. How you doing right now, man?
Man, I'm good, man. You know, we head towards the end of the week, bro. So looking to finish strong, bro. You know, kick it. We got a special guest on. Like we giving the porch man, we is lighting up the porch right now, man. When they figure out who we have on the show today, we're talking about today.
They're gonna be hating on us about this one. They're gonna be mad at us. I
think so. They gotta find out sooner or later. We got it. The cat's out the bag now. So
right.
We gotta let them know.
For sure, man. Now, before I introduce our special guest, I did want to give you the opportunity, Bolo. Did you have a special word of the day for us to get us going?
Absolutely. So word of the day, the phrase of the day, it kind of goes back from our last podcast is be you. All right. The best person that you can be is nobody else but yourself. All right. Because when you're trying to be somebody else, half the time when you're trying to do that for somebody else, they probably don't even like you to begin with. All right. So if you just stay the course, you stay in your own lane, be yourself, be the best you, then that's the best product that you ever can have. All right. So be yourself, be you. Don't be conforming to what people think, what the world thinks, social media, whatever. The best you is you. All right. So we love y'all. This is the porch. Let's rock.
You better get me crying on the porch, man. I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
But without no further ado, we got to give the proper introduction here. This is one of the biggest names in the adult film industry. Your favorite Cougar, the one and only Richelle Ryan. Welcome to the porch.
Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me on the porch.
Absolutely.
Of course. We love the view right here. I see you got the whole backdrop of the entire city. I love it.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure you guys could see all of like South Florida.
Love it, man.
How's the weather down there?
The weather is always amazing here.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes, be real though, sometimes it can get a little too hot.
It gets a little like swampy because it's
humidity.
Yes, it's very, very swampy. Now, I think one of you lives in Indianapolis.
Yep, that'll be me.
That's you. Okay.
So I'm dealing with the cold. I'm dealing with 75-degree weather, then 35-degree weather. So we all over the place.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast, so I'm in sunny LA. It's probably about 75 right now. Perfect weather, sun's out. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I can't complain. Yes. Our partners at Bet Online continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all of the latest sports developments, including updated odds on NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? Bet Online is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started. So head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV, BELIEVE, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. But now, we appreciate you for hopping on here. Now, before we go into your career, we want to learn more about you, Richelle, as the woman, the human. Yes, people need to know more about the actual story of you. So let's go back to the early years, right? So you grew up in Rochester, New York, right? On the East Coast.
I say Rochester, New York, because I'm from a really, really, really super small town outside of Rochester. And Rochester is the biggest city. But yeah, I grew up in very boring upstate New York, almost like Southern Canada.
Really? Gotcha. So explain to us just how was life for you growing up as a young child on the East Coast? What was life like for you?
I grew up in a really small town. I went to a Catholic school, grew up in a big Italian family, and life was good. And then when I was in high school, my mom got a job transfer and we went to Richmond, Virginia. And that's when life got really good because Richmond's a big city. I love the South, and it was incredible.
Nice.
Got you.
I bet it was a change of pace too. You know what I mean? So when you transferred, it was in high school, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the big important times of your life where you figuring things out and meet new people and
That's where I feel like you make like your lifelong friends. And all of my girlfriends, like to this day, are girlfriends that I met like in high school and just, when I was like 18, 19, like still to this day. And I love Richmond, VA. I love going back to VA, and I'm going for Easter. I can't wait to see like my old crew out there.
Got you. That's dope. Now, Richelle, from my sources, I heard that growing up, you were somewhat of like a tomboy. You like sports a lot. How true is that? Is that accurate?
No, it's very accurate. I love sports. I played basketball. I was a power forward, even though I'm like 5'3". I was ready. I grew up playing sports, my whole family. I feel like it's like a New York thing. If you live in New York, it doesn't matter where, you're watching football, basketball, baseball. Upstate New York, like hockey's really big, lacrosse, all of that. I mean, I love playing sports, and sports was always on in the house. I feel like it's a way for people to unite. It's just sports.
Yeah, it definitely is. Myself and Bella, we both played football together at Ball State, small Division I up in northern Indiana. So we definitely love sports as well. Now, was there any point in your childhood that you thought you would play like in the WNBA or go play college ball or anything like that?
I mean, that was a dream, but I always knew that my height would like knock me out. I'm 5'4". Like
point guard, real quick point. Come on, you could have changed your position.
To the rack, pass the ball.
I don't know. I probably would have just been like the water girl. There's no way that I could compete with like the Brittney Griners and Lisa Loebs like in the WNBA. No way.
Right.
Absolutely. So like
how fortunate, can I just say, I am so angry that we have a WNBA athlete that is still detained in a Russian jail. Like I posted something on Twitter the other day. Like, I am a huge Brittney Griner fan. Like, I love her. I've met her a few times. Like, I've gone to her games, and I'm just like, wow. Like, if it was LeBron or a bigger star, I feel like, someone, the NBA, somebody
would have stepped in.
And
for sure.
And more awareness too. Like,
it's almost like people are like, they brought it up for like 2 days and no one's talking about it now.
Kind of giving a cold shoulder to it almost.
For sure. I mean, the WNBA doesn't really get much attention, but still, like, that's a WNBA player, and it's Brittney Griner.
Right.
It's not like she's just a rookie or anybody, but it's a fact that it's like nothing's being done. Like, nobody cares about women's sports, like absolutely nothing. So I'm pretty pissed off. I wish I could do something.
I know, right? Now you make a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad
you brought that awareness. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it needs more awareness in general. And I feel like specifically WNBA, the last couple of years, there's been a slight increase in terms of like a little bit of a push, but there's still such a long ways to go in terms of that pushing, the marketing, and everything like that. So, prayers up for Brittney Griner. Hope she gets back as soon as possible.
Ash oil, like, who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
Nobody cares. I guess Russia cares, but like, I don't know. It's crazy.
I think they're doing that to have something to like hang over our head. Like,
I think so too.
One of your star WNBA players. I mean, I agree. So I'm just infuriated over it. I can't believe it. Like, if I was her wife, like, I would be raising holy hell right now.
Yes. As you
like,
should.
It's like too, like, not to go too deep into it, but it's like, you almost get even more like infuriated because it's like your hands are tied at this point. It's nothing you really could do,
right?
Up until this point. But obviously, continue to raise awareness and tell people about it.
For sure.
Like it's so much, like, just so many things that are probably going into it that are like way over our heads on the politics side of things. And I'm like, damn, like, this is still a human being that y'all holding, hostage essentially. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Things turned around.
I agree.
100%. 100%. So yeah.
So let's talk about, obviously, high school. When you're in high school and you're looking to transition and you're turning into a young woman, did you ever think you would be where you are today back in high school?
Oh my gosh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wanted to be I wanted to be a nurse. I took an interest exam in high school because I didn't know what I wanted to major in college. So I was like, well, let me just take this interest exam. And it said that I would be cut out to go to like nursing school. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I love helping people and I'm a very caring soul, but I also have the weakest stomach alive. Like slicing blood and guts. Oh no, like I there'd be no way I could do it. So I just took I just majored in business and I was like, you know what? I can always change my major.
Yeah.
But I was like the worst college student ever. I would be sitting in class and I was like shuffling a deck of cards, playing solitaire by myself. I was eating snacks. I was talking to people. And I was like, I could be making so much more money. And a group of girls that I was friends with, they were dancing and I knew they were at work and I knew the kind of money they were making. And I just said, you know what? I just dropped out of college. I was the college dropout, started dancing. And then that just kind of blossomed to me entering in the adult film industry from there.
Got you. And you went straight into it. That's going to be my next question, kind of how you got introduced to dancing, to stripping. Take us back to your, I guess, first date, if you can remember. I know it was a long time ago, but if you could remember that first night going into the club, dancing.
Oh,
talk about the nerve. Were you nervous? Give us the 411 on that.
I was a little bit nervous, but like two of my girlfriends, they were working in the clubs. They gave me an outfit. They gave me a pair of heels and they were like, just go out on stage and act like you're doing your stretching. And cause I love yoga. And I was like, all right. And so then like, I'm sitting there waiting for my turn to go on stage and I'm seeing these girls doing pole tricks and all sorts of craziness. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, like, I don't know how to do any of that. And I was wearing like this neon pink outfit. And I went out there. I remember I wanted to dance to like Brittney Spears. Oh shit. I can't even remember the name of the song.
It's all good.
It's the one where she had the snake around her. Oh, I'm a slave for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Legendary song.
Yeah. I went out there and just, I don't know, did my thing. I remember falling off the stage as I was done because it had stairs to climb.
Fell like stumbled over.
No, like ate it. Like,
Damn.
Thank God it was like a Tuesday night or something where it was super slow.
Yeah.
But I'm in like these big old like 7-8 inch like platform heels that I've never worn before.
Oh man.
I would like practice and wear them around the house, but like nothing like being on that stage. But it was cool, and I feel like that's the thing with the adult film industry and with stripping is that the money comes so easy and so fast, and that's why you just get hooked. Right. And I truly loved it. It was work for me. It was a hustle. It was a grind, and I love the strip club industry. I love everything about it.
Nice. Yeah, man. Nice. It's funny. I remember we had a previous episode. I'm not even sure who we had on, but it might have been Sarah J. Maybe. I'm not for sure, but we were talking about just strip clubs in general, and like obviously you're watching the performance and that's the main thing. But even beyond that, when I go to a strip club, I like having conversations with the ladies. I like the food. The food be good as hell. Like the entire environment is just cool. Like it's a cool vibe.
Is good. Yeah, it's definitely a vibe.
Yeah. Oh, I love strip club food.
Fire. Like
I'm putting you on the spot. What's your favorite strip club food?
The lemon pepper wings at Tootsie's.
Ooh.
So
I ain't never been to Tootsie's. I heard Tootsie's a time too.
Tootsie's is fun. I mean, it's fucking massive. It's insane. It's so huge. But Tootsie's is a blast.
Lemon pepper wings. You got to put that on the to-do list, bro.
She said flats only though. Flats only. No drumettes.
I'm a flat guy too though. I love flats.
I like flats too. There's more meat on them. Like the drums got like funky little things on them.
It's easier to eat though, because you hold the end, you just kind of, you know what I mean?
It's like so much like little gristle at the top, and you can just easily like clean the bone with the flats. And
the flat, you gotta split it in half, and then you gotta do some trick with some tongue. Like this is a lot you gotta do with the flat.
I am the queen of like deep throating chicken, like the flats and pulling them out clean.
And one little boom.
one bite, like so I was doing a knockoff of Dave Portnoy from Barstool. He does one bite, everybody knows the rules with pizza. And I was like, okay, well, how about one bite, everybody knows the rules with chicken wings? And I was doing that. Yeah. Like
if I would have known that, I would have told you to bring some wings to the porch today. We got to get you back on later on. How you do it?
Hungry as hell.
Put me on the spot. Hold me accountable. I'm ready.
Exactly. That's funny.
So talk to us a little bit about, like, you know, obviously, you know, you got, even before you even got into like the adult film industry, like when you were just, you know, doing your dancing, like how was the reception from your parents or your family when you started to kind of cross over into more of that adult life?
Oh, my parents were pissed. Like they were so angry. They were just because they knew that I was going to school. And I feel like that's how a lot of parents are these days. Like you get out of high school, you go to college. It's just automatic. That's what they expect. And, oh, they were pissed. It was like, oh, you know, you can be so much more and blah, blah, blah. And I was just, but now fast forward, like 18 years later, you know, they're so proud. Like, they're like, wow, like they may not necessarily agree with what I do, but they do know that I'm smart. I save my money. I've built a brand, you know, that I will retire from this, and I'm not going to retire and, you know, be broke and, you know, going to work at Starbucks. Like I can retire. This is, you know, what I've loved doing for 18 years.
I love it. That's real. Now, tell the Porch, at what point in your life, or I guess what age, did you really, I guess, tap into your sexuality? Like, was there a certain moment, like as a teenager, where you just noticed that, man, like I love this shit. Like this is, you know what I mean?
Like when I think the reason I got into porn was I just wanted to get paid to have sex with beautiful men. I wanted to get glammed up. I wanted to be like the rock star without a guitar. And I just wanted to have sex with beautiful men on camera. But peeking into like my sexuality, it like instantly hit when I turned 30. And everybody kind of warned me. They were like, when you turn 30, like your sexuality, like everything is just going to blossom. And it did. Like, I don't know, just the way you feel as a woman, the way you have sex, everything. I love it. At
30. Now listen, I'm only 28. I'm not even 30 yet. So I still got time.
That's how it works for men, but for women, you wait till you hit 30.
Now school us, especially the fellas on the porch. For women, it hits a little later than men, though, I feel like. Like I feel like guys probably tap into like their like sex drive, and like they get going at, you know, probably 25, 21, 25-ish. Oh yeah. But then like women later on down the road like really like tap into, you know, that sex drive.
Oh yes. And like like every woman that I've ever talked to, when they turn 30, it's like instant is when they tap into it. I can't explain it. I don't know what it is, but I can just speak for myself on that one.
Got you. Well, that's good to know, man. Take some notes down, man. Like all the ladies, all the young ladies, if you're not 30 yet, hey, you got some good things on the way.
30, ladies, it's good when you hit 30.
Ooh,
I'm 36 and like it's still incredible. Like, I hope when I'm in my 40s, it's just even better.
Look, every decade just get better. Just 40, better.
Just hit 50. So let's get into, you know, obviously, you know, what you currently do now, right? But I was looking at a podcast, and obviously you had your first scene at 21, right? And you were just, you know, you were talking about, you know, some of the stuff that you were like looking back on that you're like, oh my God, like I can't believe like I was that person. So I guess what would Richelle tell that 21-year-old now, you know, now that you've been in the game and been doing your thing?
I wish I would have taken it a little more seriously at 21. I mean, I've always had everything together. Like I never got into like the partying scene or anything like that. But I guess I just never would have thought that almost 16 years later that I would still be here and still be relevant and working. That I wish I would have taken my brand a little more serious back then. You know, it's just, I just came in the game like, I'm 21. I'm ready to have sex. I'm ready to have fun. Like I want to meet all the beautiful men. Let's go. Right. And you know, back then it was like, you know, the Girls Next Door was popular on the E Network, you know, so it was like, oh, I want to be on Playboy, or I want to go to the Playboy Mansion. Right. Stuff like that now is just like irrelevant. I'm like, that's down the road. Like, you know, but I just wish I would have taken it a little more serious back then.
Got you. Now that's real. So, Britt, you know, mentioning your first scene you ever shot, walk us through that moment. So you get into the adult film industry. You're about to shoot your very first scene. Walk us through that journey, your thoughts. How the first scene even go?
It was super chill. I showed up, picked out wardrobe, went through makeup, and then we have to do like all the box cover, the pretty girl photos, which I was already doing photo shoots and stuff when I was like 18. So that was, is still to this day, that's like my favorite part of being on set is I like getting glammed up and I like doing pictures.
Got you.
The sex is just a bonus if it's good that day or not. But that was the best part. And then I knew my co-star. I knew who he was. It was Joey Ray. Rest in peace. He just passed away.
Wow, rest in
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. And and it was just super chill, super gonzo. It was for this website. It was called See Her Squirt. And I remember sitting there and I was like, I don't know how to squirt. I was like, did my agent book me on like the wrong set? I was like, I might not be your girl because I don't know what to do. And They were like, oh, don't worry. They were like, we fake it. And I was like, well, how do you fake it? And they take a douche bottle and they fill it up with warm water, fill your pussy up, hold it. And then, the guy will just pull out and just push it out. And I was like, oh, well, I can do that.
That's game, right?
Didn't know that. That's breaking news to the porch.
That is breaking news.
Oh, you guys didn't know that?
No, we didn't know that.
How can we know, Richelle?
There are some women that can like quote unquote squirt, but it's pee. Like they're bringing like gallon jugs of water. They're drinking Pedialyte. I mean, that's all it is.
Right.
Sorry to like kill the buzz, guys.
No, that's game. That's game because I always see that back and forth. Things, and obviously growing up too, like you have conversations with your boys and be like, yeah, she squirt, woo, like I had all that good stuff. Yeah. And a lot of people be like, bro, that's just pee, like, you know what I mean? People like, no, it's not. Like I made her squirt, like, you know what I'm saying? So glad a professional such as yourself cleared the air to let us know that it's pee. Sorry to break your hearts, fellas.
You ain't doing nothing, fellas. She just peeing on herself.
That's it.
Hey man, look. I know we've all been there before. Your lady, your man, your significant other, whoever they may be, they're tired of going to Applebee's every single night. They're tired of going to TGI Fridays every night. They want to do it big for one time in their life. They're trying to leave the country. They want to go on the beach. They want to see some palm trees. They want to drink some pina coladas, some margaritas, etc. And it's going to be a large expense. It's going to hit your account hard. Well, one thing I can tell you not to do is don't put that expense on a high interest credit card. Don't do it. Credit Karma can help you look for a low interest personal loan that can help you save money while you still pay off that big purchase and have a good time. Come on, man. What else do you need to hear? Are you ready to apply? Head over to creditkarma.com/loan offers to see personalized offers. Again, that's creditkarma.com/loan offers to find a loan for you. That's creditkarma.com/loan offers. I'm telling you, y'all, you won't regret it. Apply today and save that money.
So along those same lines, obviously, squirt.com, obviously you couldn't do that and you didn't know what was going on at that point in time. Has there ever been a situation where, you went into, the studio and, they were asking you to do something that you never done before, or some shit that's like way in left field where you're like, absolutely not, or I've never done this before.
No, I get my call sheet and everything way ahead of time. And, and then they don't want to waste their day either. They want to make sure that, whoever's showing up to set, they know what they're getting involved in. Like, hey, are you cool with shooting with 5 guys, or are you cool doing like this? So I've never had anything like too crazy.
Nice.
What would you say is this?
Kind of vanilla too. So
you're a vanilla. I was going to ask you, like, what would you say if you had to pick something that was you did during your career, like that was the wildest thing you've done on set? Is there something that stands out for you?
Oh gosh.
Keep it real. This is the porch. Come on, Richelle.
Yeah, there's been a couple. There's this one company. They're pretty popular for like interracial porn. It's called dogfart.com.
I heard of that. I heard of that.
They do a lot of like cuckolding scenes, and they get like real cucks. which is crazy to me. Like, I don't understand it, but it's okay, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, just I never thought that I would have I hate even talking about it. I never thought that I would have another guy lick my feet like and clean off another man's cum. Like,
Whoa.
I mean, it's gross. I'm like, I mean, like, I am like cringing. I'm like, I'm like, ooh.
You probably like, hurry up, like get it done.
Makes me want to throw up.
So talk us through that. Like, I guess, how are you able to keep yourself aroused in that moment? Like, or is it just like, okay. I was gonna say, like, damn, like that's pretty uncomfortable.
It's at the very end where you're just kind of like, all right. Like the only thing that I do tell them off camera is I'm like, hey, I'm very ticklish. So please don't try and like lick my feet too long or like try and hold my feet or like do something stupid. I was like, because I'm very ticklish.
Right. That's
and it's
funny.
weird. Like the older I get, the more vanilla I get, I guess you can say. Like when I was in my 20s, I was kind of very open-minded and I tried a lot of things, but now I'm just kind of like, I just want like a hot guy to like have sex with me, and that's it.
Keep it simple.
Sometimes more. You get
like the sex is gonna be bomb.
Yeah, that's all you need. And I know you were on I think Alexis Texas podcast recently. You mentioned that like you're no longer into women. Like I guess explain like what happened there. Like what, because you used to, I mean, you've had scenes with women, of course, and I know that's work, but it looks like the sex was good. So I assume that you were into women in real life, but what's changed?
Actresses there.
Right.
We are actresses.
Doing a hell of a job.
I'll be honest. It was like when I turned 30, like once I got in my 30s, it was just like, I just craved men. Like I love testosterone. I love alpha men, like men that, because I have a very alpha type A personality. So if I meet a man that can like outdo me and put me in my place, like, I will just melt.
Like, hell yeah.
Right. Sit down. I'm just playing.
like, yes, daddy. Like, I love that. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say I get grossed out by women, but I only like my vagina. That's it.
That's real. Nobody else's, huh?
And that's me keeping it real. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There are so many beautiful women. Like, I like playing with boobs. I'll kiss like a little bit and stuff. But yeah, that's about it.
Got you. Now I know there's one woman that you did mention that she might have a chance, and that's Amber Rose. If Amber Rose, if she slid in your DMs, like, are you turning that down? Come on now.
It's crazy is I noticed she follows me on Instagram and I love her. And she's a fucking smoke show. Like I'd suck all out of her ass. Like she's beautiful. Like, I mean, we all can admit she is a stunner. Like, if she hit me up, I'd be like, name the time and place, girl.
Hey, Amber, if you listen to the Porch right now, Richelle says she will suck a golf ball out of your ass. Hit her up right now. Make that happen on the porch.
It's in the universe, bro. Remember, we tell them when it's in the universe, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's out there.
Put it out there to the universe. And you know what? She has an OnlyFans too that I actually subscribe to. So maybe we can make some magic happen and we both can make some money with it.
That'd be a crazy collab. I probably could charge $1,000 to see that a piece. Man.
I'll send you the copy if it happens.
Hey, there we go. That's all we can ask for.
Here on the porch.
There we go. There we go.
Let's get it. I love it. So talk to us a little bit about this. Obviously you mentioned actress, right? Yeah. Everybody has to practice at what they do, at that craft, right? So like when you get your script and you're running it down, do you like practice? Like maybe you have like, somebody that you practice on before you get on screen? Like, how do you prepare yourself to take on that task?
That's the thing in the adult film industry is like, there's no real like practice. You're just running into the dick. You are just like running into it. But I feel like over time, I mean, just from like watching your movies, or a lot of times, like I would look at like who the top girls on Pornhub were, and I would just be like, let me look at their scenes, and just kind of see how they are, how they move their body, and what they do. And I just feel like, then once you just start getting a little more comfortable with yourself and your own sexuality, you know what you like, and you just do it. And then having a little more open communication with your partner on set. Like I remember before, I would never talk to the male talent. I would be like, but now I'm like, hey, how are you? How are you feeling today? You feeling good? Like, what's going on? Just kind of, just seeing where their head's at, because, we all have stuff going on. I mean, we're all showing up on set. We all have crazy busy lives. You don't know what anyone's dealing with. Like the other day, a couple days ago, I was shooting with a guy, and he took his nephew to like one of those trampoline jumping places. So he shows up on set and he's like, my legs are like exhausted. My back hurts. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, this is going to be like a rough day. And it was all POV, which means it's like, it's all on like him and a lot on me too in certain positions. And I was just like, oh gosh. And it wasn't like, it was an okay scene. I was really hoping it was going to be something magical, because I was just in that mode that day. But, it is what it is.
Dang, that has to suck too. Just like coming in, like being in that zone, looking for some great sex and get disappointed.
Just getting disappointed.
I'll like manifest it. I'll think of stuff and I'm like, man, this is going to be a great day. Like, and then I get there and I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work.
You messed your whole day over. So you probably had to go home and pull the vibrator out just
I did. I did.
Trust me, I did.
So that leads me into my next question. So like we've had the pleasure of having Sarah J on here and Lisa Ann, and we always ask them about like the industry and if it's fake or not, right? And obviously there are certain parts where I feel like you just can't fake, but like just from my opinion, like every time I'm watching it, it looks like women are enjoying the sex, like the sex is good to them, right? Is that the case? Like, give us the game on like that situation. Like, are you guys just like faking the funk, or are you really enjoying these scenes? Like, I feel like you take one porn star, you can look at 20 videos. I'm like, she's having great sex.
She's screaming, moaning. I'm like, damn.
Like, what's up?
I mean, I can only speak for myself that yes and no. I feel like everything all really depends on the vibe. Just kind of like the vibe once you get to set, the vibe on how the director and the photographer and, the makeup artist is, the vibe with the male talent. And, if the vibes are there, like you're gonna have it. I mean, there are certain positions where, you're fucking in a pool or in a shower, and let's say they don't have the hot water is not working, or they can't have the hot water because it'll steam up the glass.
Right.
You have the cold water. So it's like, you can't really get into it when it's like cold water and you're having to like fuck. But it all depends on the vibe. I mean, like I've had to fake it till I make it a few times.
Okay. That's what we was looking for.
Yeah. Like when I'm doing it in reverse cowgirl, like that is not something I'm doing at home. Like that is all legs. It is not flattering for big booty women, but I'm an actress. I'm faking it till I make it.
Word.
Yeah. She gonna get the job. She gonna get the job done and get that bag.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So explain to us, we talk about, there's good scenes, there's bad scenes. Break down to us what makes a good porn scene.
A good porn scene starts from the second that I get on set, and I feel like if it's a beautiful, like, location and just the vibes are good. I mean, sometimes like you show up and you're just kind of like, ooh, like, especially here in South Florida, like you either get like a really gorgeous, beautiful home, or you get a dodgy house where you're just kind of like, oh God, like this doesn't look good.
Right.
This doesn't look really nice, but I just feel like it's all just on the vibes, if the makeup artist is on point, the house is beautiful, just how everyone's feeling, and then just how the male talent's feeling that day too, I mean, did he go out and party the night before? Is he hungover? Did he go jump on a trampoline all day? Just how he's feeling, just how the vibes are, and you can just always tell from there.
Got you. Nah, that's definitely.
I'm all about the vibes. You can tell
Always.
I'm old.
I
you
feel
can tell,
you,
you
though.
can just tell from your background, you all about the vibes. Like the vibrations are just in
Yeah.
there. Like I can just feel the energy. Like
it's a real sexy room, man. You
know
got the
We
purple
just
lighting with
on the wave. Like, you know what I mean? Feeling great.
Next podcast, I'll bring in the bedroom, and you can definitely see the vibes going in there. That's a whole nother one.
I bet there's all types of shit going on in there. So
it's mirrors and lights and candles, and that's the boom boom room back there.
boom room.
Now that brings me to another point. So, like, obviously, you have sex for a living. You know what I'm saying? Does that affect your personal sex life? Like off the cameras? Like, how does that work for you now?
Meeting men can be challenging. I do like younger men because I feel younger men are a little more open, where it's like, they just want to hook up, and which is cool because I'm not looking to get into a relationship right now. And so it's easy to kind of, hook them in and reel them in.
Right.
And sex in my personal life is amazing. Like, I have really great sex in my personal life.
Hey, she having a flashback. You heard her voice said it.
Woo, like, and, especially with like younger men, where it's like, like they come, like once they get in the Cougar den, it's off to the races. I hope you eat your Wheaties.
The Cougar den. So that's the name of the bedroom.
That's the Cougar den.
Ah, dang! You might have to take a picture and say, "We got to see the Cougar den."
I'll send you the Cougar den. Yeah, it's a whole vibe in there.
Damn.
So like, tell a Porch this. So obviously, you like younger guys. I kind of get it. Like, so in the bedroom, you want to run the show. Then, like, you call the shots.
It does get me off. It is kind of like a power trip, especially with younger guys. It's like, no, lay there, let me do all the work. I'm going to show you what's up. But like, I mean, if I get a guy that comes in and he's just strong alpha and he's got that presence, I love being submissive. Like, I will literally just melt in the palm of your hand like butter. I'll be like, do whatever you say. Like, it's such a turn on. Like, it's such a turn on with a guy that comes in that knows what he's doing and is confident enough. I mean, I can imagine that any man coming in a bedroom that's about to mess around with like Sarah J or any porn star is like, that's going to be intimidating.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can hold your own, I'm impressed.
That's what I'm saying. Not to say I'll be intimidated, but it's like you've, been in so many different sex scenes, so many different positions, have done so many things that probably a lot of the world probably hasn't tried. So like, you walking into this person's probably walking into something they like, man, I don't know what I'm about to get myself into.
Right.
Let's go. Like,
like you the Michael Jordan of this shit. Like you a star, like in your profession. So it's like the average Joe coming in there. It's like, man, especially, let's be real, especially the first round. I feel like the first round, you kind of got to just, all right,
it's out.
Knock that out real quick. It's probably going to be kind of quick.
90% of guys don't even really get past the first round. I'll tell you that.
Really? So hold on. So the first round ain't exactly how you wanted it. It's a wrap.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap. I'm like, ooh, like it's hard, but I have given a couple second chances and then it's good. Sometimes I feel like it's too much for them. And the problem with men is they get in their heads too much.
Yeah.
They start overthinking and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, just calm down, just relax. Like, confidence is key in this situation.
Yeah, it is. I think man, we have our egos and it's like, man, like, this is Richelle Ryan. I can't fuck this up.
Overthinking, like, oh shit, hold on, wait, stop.
Like,
that's why I don't like older guys, like in their 30s and 40s, because their ego is not their amigo. Like, their ego just feels it. Like, younger guys, I feel like can keep it in check a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit more humble, a little bit more like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Richelle, what do you like? How do you like? You know what I mean? It's cool. Like, we don't mind learning when you're younger. That's what it comes down to.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
So I think the fellas on the porch, and I think that our fellow male listeners will enjoy listening to this answer. I guess how long should sex be? Like, is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Like, what is considered like good sex, like that time frame?
That's a very good question, because I've had great sex in like 10 minutes. And I've also had 3 hours of great sex.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah. Huh?
Hold on. 3 hours. Hold on. When you say 3 hours of sex, are we mean like penetration, or you mean the entire process of the foreplay?
Oh yeah, like the entire process.
The whole thing.
I mean, it's still a long time, but I want to make sure we're clear. Like,
oh yeah, it was a whole ordeal. I mean, I've had like great sex. Like my ex and I, one time we hooked up in a bathroom in the airport, and it was the quickest like 10-minute fuck, but it was so good. And I think it was just because of the thrill, like, shit, we're in an airport in Baltimore, we could get caught.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And then I've had 3 hours of sex, but I mean, on average, just for like a hookup, like, I don't know, I think 30 minutes is solid for like foreplay and, you know, good getting it in. I think 30 minutes is good. 20-30 minutes, I think it's
20-30 minutes, fellas.
Okay, there you go.
In the ball game, you 20-30 minutes.
Yeah,
satisfy you ladies. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need, man. And some people get knockouts in the first round, so that's all you need sometimes. So I love it. Now, obviously,
you guys are fun.
Hey, it's the porch.
You're on the porch. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
And at some point soon, we figure things out. We're gonna start shooting in person. So we might have to bring you back again. Whether we go to Miami, whatever, we'll figure it out. But that could be a different level as well.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Yes, for sure. So obviously you mentioned that you love younger men, even on doing porn. You're known as the Cougar. You know what I'm saying? So at what point did you, I guess, really started just loving younger men? Was it when you hit 30? Was that the magic age?
It was probably about 3 years ago. I started dating a guy that was 10 years younger than me. He was 23 and I was 33. And, at first I wasn't even entertaining it. But then I found out that he was from Richmond, Virginia, where I grew up. And I was just kind of like, who is this kid from Richmond, Virginia? And he was so sweet. Like, he didn't come off like creeper vibes, like nothing. He sent me like the sweetest, well-worded email. And he came across me from like this post that Barstool did on me. And he just started following all my social media, and boom, bang, there we were. And he was very mature for 23. He was working with the best Olympic weightlifting coach in Vegas. He was training for the Olympics and weightlifting, and he just really had his shit together. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck boys are kind of fun, to like keep up with. But I was like, this kid really has his stuff together. And I don't know, I just started dating him, just was really into him. And I don't know, that just kind of piqued my interest, I guess.
Well, shout out to him for putting the young people on the map, man. You changed the game. Changed the game.
Yes, he did.
I love it.
We seen we watched a podcast of yours as well, where you were saying, obviously you like younger men, obviously because they're fun, they're open, trying different things, and older guys are set in their ways. And then you said something that made me chuckle a little bit. You was like, shit, like if you can give me an O lineman from the SEC, like shit, like I'll fuck them all, like what I mean. So like, talk to us about that. Like, so, you like, I know professional athletes, you're probably like, okay, let's leave them alone a little bit. And now, the college athletes, O-linemen, they're athletic people.
Athletes at all. The only one I like is Grunk, and that's it. He's the only one that could get it.
That's it. Out of everybody, out of all the professional athletes, Rob Gronkowski is the only one that can get you.
He is my wet dream. Like, everything about him is perfect. His looks, his height, his weight, his goofiness, but he's smart. Like, I think that's his like whole persona is like, oh, big goofy dumb jock, but he's really smart. Like, he's never spent any of his football money. Like, he's really smart. I think he's incredible. But yeah, give me all the college guys.
What is it about the college guys that just get you excited? I can look at your facial expression right now, and you just perked up. You just look happy about it.
Because NFL athletes, like the pros, they're not used to a woman telling them no. They just think like, oh, you're an Instagram girl or whatever. And they play us all. They play all the same game. Like I mean, they're all in our DMs, you know, sliding in with like the eye emoji, like, you know, and I'm just kind of like, really? Like, there's like a group of us girls. So like, if it's like, you know, a certain athlete or something, we'll screenshot it and I'll like send it to one of my girlfriends. I'm like, oh, it's in your DMs. Like, it's just like, oh yeah. And like, we'll like keep notes on all these guys. Like, they just try and play like, you know, just all the Instagram girls, and that's just such a turn off. Or a lot of them are married, and that's an even bigger turn off, because I'm like, I do not like married men, or even the ones that have girlfriends and they do these interviews and they're like, oh, I love my girlfriend, we've been together since high school, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, you're playing her because you're in my DMs. So if I ever see they're in my DMs and I know, like, I'll immediately look at their profile, and if I see wives and kids and babies, I just start liking all the photos because I want them to know to see
like, boy, get your dumbass on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, I'm gonna tell your girl on you.
Right.
Tighten up.
Tattletale.
Right.
I'll be the Karen of Instagram.
That's how you're gonna keep that ass in line. But for me too, like, I still can't figure out how all these professional athletes still take the risk of DMing people when screenshots and like putting yourself out there. Like, why do y'all keep doing that dumb shit? Like, I mean,
I've had a couple of pretty big names where I could have ruined them. I mean, like, I've got all the connections with the big sports outlets. Like, if I wanted to, I could, but I'm not that type of person.
Right.
I'm just like, God, like, you're so dumb. Like, some of them, like, whoo, Lord. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but you're right though, with screenshots and just everything. Like, you know, I mean, if you have like that secret society where like you can kind of like reach out to someone, like, if you, I know guys that work for the Giants and other teams, like, hey, I want to meet this guy. Like, I can make it happen. I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna slide in your DMs.
Yeah, like even if like you ain't no shady shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have a wife or girlfriend, like, I just feel like it's just a better way to communicate with somebody than just DMing, especially if, you know, like yourself, like, you got so many followers and people are kind of hitting you with the same message. Like, you got to change it up, you know what I mean, to get your attention.
Sure.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, Bolo, though, because like, let me be devil's advocate. If I'm this big name athlete, but I've never met Richelle, right? She doesn't know me. Maybe my only, you know, I guess direct way of contacting her is by sending that DM.
Well, yes, but you gotta, but we're preferencing it like, you know, they're shooting their shots in the DMs. Like, if you just come in the DMs at like a normal person, you want to strike up a normal conversation, then I feel like that's cool. But if you on there like eye emojis, what's up? Like, what you doing? When can we link? Whatever, like that type of shit. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Come on.
Ain't gonna work.
That gets ignored. That totally gets ignored. Like, I feel like if an athlete was to send me an email or something, I'd be like, well, how do I know that this person is verified? At least I'm verified on Instagram. He's verified. I know it's legit him. But yeah, slide in with the eye emojis and, you know, WYD. I'm like, get out of here with all that.
Right. You ain't all that. I got my own money. I got my own.
I did recently slide in a guy's DMs.
The irony. Look at you.
No, I did it. I'm like, I did it. It was this young college athlete, Nick Scalza. I think he's hot. And I slid in his DMs.
Did you send him the eye emojis with the WYD?
I don't know what I did, but I did something. I saw the kid on TikTok and I was like, he is beautiful.
Damn. That probably made, like, I don't know if he's responding yet or what, but I'm trying to put myself back. Like, okay, I'm a college athlete and I'm 19, I'm 20, whatever age he is. And I check my DMs and fucking Richelle Ryan just DM me. I'm that dude at campus now. Like, regardless, whatever happens moving forward, it don't even matter. Richelle Ryan reached out to me and I'm a college athlete. That's pretty cool.
Points.
Yeah, a lot of cool points.
So Richelle, you telling me, shit, you pulling up to the campus? Like, if he say pull up, you pulling up?
No, I don't know about all that.
Okay.
What?
I was about to say, damn, if you would have did that, he really would have been the man.
Hey,
we would have had to put him on a pedestal.
Hey, he gonna walk to the locker room. Hey, y'all, this is my girl Richelle. You know what I
mean? They'd be like, what kind of scene is about to go down in this locker room? I've seen
for real
with her.
50-yard line with the lights on. Yeah. Got you. So let me ask you this. So obviously, you know, beyond the college athletes, is there a specific like type of man that you like? You know, whether it's tall, strong, big, clean face, beard, black, white. Like everybody has a type, if we're being honest. What is Richelle's type?
I've dated all over the board pretty much. But I do love tall men. I am such a sucker for tall men. Like you have to be at least 6 foot. Like I don't know. I love tall men. I mean, I hate to discriminate like that because it's like you can't do anything with height, but I went on a date with a guy like 6 months ago just because he was 6'4", but he was kind of scrawny. He was like 6'4", maybe like 175. And I was like, ooh,
goddamn Slim
skin and
Jim.
bone. He can't handle you, Richelle. You knew that when you walked into the door.
I know, I'd break him. So
his
it's
ass in
gonna
half.
get past one date.
Got you.
Oscar proud.
So just for clarity, 6 foot is the minimum.
Yeah, I love him tall. I love tall
6
guys.
foot and above. All right.
All my brothers on a 6 foot. Sorry to tell you that. Hey,
Hey,
It is
if you
what
5'11", what's
5'10", maybe a good 5'10".
you 5'10"?
with some Timbs on.
I'm about to say-
some boots, you be straight.
Yeah.
You be
I'm about to say put some
straight, yeah.
Timbs on.
Hell yeah. Now, I keep going back to this podcast because I thoroughly enjoy just kind of giving game on like just kind of your perception, your thought process on certain things. And I know you said on the podcast that like, hey, if I'm dating, usually 3, 4, 5 days is kind of like the minimum before I really, obviously give them a chance in the Cougar den, right?
Yeah.
But is there exceptions to letting a man hit it on the first day?
Ooh.
I feel like in my situation, it's too much because I used to do that. I used to be like, all right, let's go. Let's meet for drinks, come back to my place. But all those guys, they fail. It's too much. It's too much for them meeting me for the first time and then coming back and having to get their dick hard and, give it to me. Like, it's too much. So now I'm like, I want a good, 3 dates. And I feel like after they see me a few times, they start to like warm up and just know my vibe and how I am. And then they're a little more relaxed where it's like, okay, you can come back to my place. Like, let's see what you got.
Right. That's a good point.
And I like keeping guys out. I want to get in your head. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know what you're thinking, what your thoughts are, hopes, dreams, goals. I want to know everything.
Right.
Break
Break
then
it
you're
down.
gonna put it on him, and then you're gonna have his ass crazy calling you all the time. Like, what's up, girl? Where you at?
Oh yeah, I get that. My phone is nonstop all the time.
Yeah. Like, hey, big head, where you at tonight? You busy?
Yeah.
I know you're on the Porch podcast right now, but just, what you gonna be doing afterwards?
Yep. Oh, I've got a few of those already.
Man.
How
Oh,
do you balance that?
I was about to ask that. How do you
got so much
yeah.
going on, people hitting you up. Like, how does that work for you? Like,
Oh Lord, have mercy, boy. They're
She checking it right now. Look at it. Listen.
booming.
they're going off.
Like you have so many options at any point. It's almost like you got too many options. You know what I mean? You got to pick one. It's like, damn.
Right. I don't know. Like, it's hard. I just feel like, whoever, whoever I just vibe with, good.
Right.
Really, to be honest with you, whoever I'm vibing with, good.
Got you. It's all about the vibes, y'all. All about the vibes.
100%, like 100%. Whoever, oh my Lord.
You good? You better text that person back.
Oh my- I thought
They
I
need
told him
answers.
I was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Whoever I vibe with, good. I mean, whoever's fun, whoever's just, and it all depends. Like some guys are like, let's meet for drinks and do this. And some are like, let's, go to I don't know, a game or whatever. It's, it's all in the vibes.
Got you. I definitely understand
Tyler.
that. Got you. So let me ask you this. So I know one of your fantasies that you want to live out in your real sex life is you want to have a threesome with 2 men. Now you've done that at work, but you haven't done that yet in the real world, right?
In the Cougar den.
In the Cougar den, right? Start saying the Cougar den. Explain to us, what is it about that what is it about that fantasy that that just really turns you on? Like, why do you want to have that threesome?
I feel like that fantasy is just forever going to be a fantasy because it is so hard to find 2 men, because guys are like very homophobic, like, oh, that's gay, I'm not doing that. And I get it,
Right.
or uncomfortable being around another guy. So I just have a feeling that that's just going to be a fantasy that will forever be a fantasy. But I don't know. I just love men. I love just strong testosterone just all over me. And I guess, I don't know, just thinking of like two men just having their way and sharing me would just be so hot. But I have a feeling that's just going to be a fantasy that will just die a fantasy.
That's funny. It's crazy because, like you said,
I've even tried with like some of these college frat guys, like thinking that like I could like make something happen, and nope, never gonna happen.
That's crazy. It's hard to believe that, because you would think like
especially
someone like you,
like shit, we own it.
Yeah, like whatever you need, like we're gonna make it happen.
A lot of them are like, no, that's gay, and I'm like, well, I don't want you two touching. You guys just touch me, one behind, one in front, no touching,
and you can look to the side.
Only look at me.
It's on me.
Right.
That's it. But I think it would just be too awkward and stuff. So I even tried like organizing that with two like football players. I'm like, well, you guys shower together. It can't be that awkward. And I couldn't make it happen. So
well, hey man, keep on grinding. Don't give up on your fantasy. Keep grinding to live out that dream, Richelle. I think it's gonna happen for you.
Someday, maybe.
Yes, for sure.
I'm just thinking about just how these athletes are just passing up the opportunity to like live out their dreams. Like, come on, y'all. Let's keep it real on the porch. You know what I'm saying? You come into college, you know what I'm saying? Time's rough. If you're gonna pull out your laptop and watch Richelle, you might as well respond to her DM and make it happen in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love, all the cutie little college guys slide in my DMs.
That's fucking
crazy.
That's hilarious.
I make a very good like pen pal because I talk to them. Like if I'm into them, or I think that like I'll be in their city or they're coming to Florida or whatever, like I'm texting, I'm in it. Like, if they're cute and stuff like that. Oh, I make a great little pen pal.
That's what's up. I'm sure that's so dope for them, man. It's a fun experience for sure.
Right?
So let me ask you this then. So, and I feel like you kind of already answered it, but I want I'm gonna ask a specific question. So I know a lot of my homeboys are gonna be tuning into this podcast for sure.
Good.
What are the chances that an average Joe can spend the night with you in the Cougar den?
Ooh, I mean, I love men. I love regular, hardworking men. I mean, it's all in the vibes. Like, I don't want a guy that's gonna come running up to me trying to, if they act like a fanboy, they're gonna get treated like a fanboy.
Right.
But if you come up to me like a woman, how you would approach any other woman, then I'll give you a shot. But it's really crazy these days. Like, I'll go out and, I'll just go for a walk in like downtown Fort Lauderdale, and all you see is people just so in their phones, like they won't, it's like
not in the moment.
They're stuck in that. They're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they just got their face in their phone, where it's like everybody's just so closed off these days, or they got their earbuds in, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's very sad to see. I feel like, I like to put my phone down at times and just walk and just listen to things and just see who I could talk to and meet.
Be present, right? Be present.
Yeah, people really aren't these days. It's crazy.
Yeah, technology is taking over the world, so it makes it tough.
And I feel like a lot of men are getting lazy too. Like, actually, I was having this conversation with one of my best guy friends. He's probably a listener on here. But we were talking about, like, when our parents, were our age, like when my dad met my mom, he knew he had to shoot his shot, because he was like, oh my gosh, I'm probably not going to see this woman. I have to shoot my shot right now. But like men these days, where it's like, I could just swipe right and I'll just find another one like her. Like, that's the mentality that we're these days. And it's really sad. There are some old school guys, which I appreciate the old school ways, but it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
It sucks too. And I think it goes back to kind of that perception too. Like, a lot of people are like, there's a lot of people trying to look like Richelle out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, kind of getting work done here, kind of trying to fit that mold, you know what I mean? To, be like you. And I think people, as far as men, think that like, hey, I'm gonna just go get somebody that look just like her then. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a tough time to be kind of in that space. Just because it's just like, you can't, distinguish the real from fake. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's kind of hard to build those true relationships.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, looks only goes so deep.
yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. Now let's transition before we go to our quick hitter, our doorbell segment. I do want to touch on your OnlyFans account a little bit. So
Okay.
you mentioned earlier you do have an OnlyFans account. For the listeners, the viewers who have not subscribed yet, tell them why they should subscribe to your OnlyFans. What can they expect if they subscribe?
So if a few of my little young guys, if they're down for it, I put them on my OnlyFans. And so I have like a roster. I have a starting 5, and then I also have bench warmers. I have guys on the bench that are trying to make their way up to the big leagues. And they all know that if they want to get in the Cougar den, every once in a while I might have to use them for my OnlyFans. And I do. So it's nice because it's real life, like it's real hookups. Like it's nothing. I mean, I do have stage stuff with, Sarah J and J Mac, like big names, but it's like, this is like the real deal.
This is really me. Like what you hear, what you see is really ain't no edits. This is live.
Real life.
Yeah,
like,
this is like the real deal right now.
Yeah, and it's something about that authenticity that just makes it even better than your traditional porn, because it's like this is
more personal. I feel like it's like real. Like, okay, this is like her crib. Like this is her shooting it. Like it's like, damn. Like I feeling like we just really had a moment here. You know
what it is, Bolo? I think people watch it and like they damn near feel like, that could be me. Even if they don't have a chance, they think they could. Yep. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Got you. So let people know. So what is your OnlyFans name? I want to give you a chance to just plug that out real quick while we're on the topic.
Thank you. OnlyFans.com/Richelle Ryan.
Let's get it.
I need all the listeners. Hey, subscribe right now. Women, men,
going up.
Yeah.
Come on. Gotcha. Yes. So let's transition to our doorbell segment. This is our quick hitters. We like to ask just some fun questions to end off the show. Bolo, I'll get it started and then you could jump in. So since we're on the topic already, let me ask you this. Which one do you prefer? Your OnlyFans or traditional porn?
OnlyFans.
Ooh. Now tell us why real quick. I'm just curious.
Because I'm the boss. I'm the director, I'm the photographer, and I make more money on my OnlyFans than I do shooting traditional porn.
Got you. Okay. I like it. I didn't know that. So you making that bread on the OnlyFans. Okay.
Oh yeah, way better than like traditional.
Got you.
Love it. So next question here. Name one thing in the bedroom that you don't like.
Anal.
Ooh, don't like. And you know what? I know you're a thicker woman, so I'm sure you probably got some guys who want to probably do that with you. And you probably just like, nah, like.
You know what? Like, thank God, I really honestly haven't. Like, nobody's been into it. Thank God, because they wouldn't get it anyhow.
And that's real. I can appreciate that. Like, that's just some real shit. Just because I just feel like sometimes when you look at porn stars, I just think like for them, nothing's off limits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like for you to just keep it real, like man,
that's off limits.
Yeah, that's off limits. That ain't my thing. I ain't rocking with that. Fuck that.
And I feel like the men that are really into it or do want it, it's like a power trip thing. They can say like, "Oh, I put it in her butt," or because all of my girlfriends, like, when they say like, what happened to them, like in their situations, like with their dudes, it's always a power trip thing. I'm like, well, we're not having no power trips in this household.
It ain't happening, fellas.
Hey, look, you run the show. Hey, let that alpha come out. Hey, we ain't doing that shit.
It
try
comes
something else.
It's the Cougar den.
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, next one. Who's better in the bedroom, basketball players or football players?
Oh, football players for sure.
Why?
Basketball players are too tall and like, I don't know, lengthy. And I don't know. I feel like
power.
Football players have better stamina versus a basketball player.
Ooh, you heard that?
Hey,
you heard that?
Listen, as a former football guy, we've had multiple arguments with basketball players on which sport is tougher, who's this, who's that.
All day.
Hey, Richelle just told y'all. It is what it is. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at the messenger. I'm just letting you know what the pro said.
I love football players. I love them all.
Yeah.
So seeing that we on sports, I think it's important for us to ask you this tough question here. So this is a would you rather question here. So would you rather not receive head for the rest of your life or not be able to watch sports for the rest of your life?
Ooh.
Oh, that is a hard one, but I would probably have to say just not receive head. I can't go without sports. Yeah,
no more head. Hold on, think about it real quick. No more head ever.
Wait, giving or receiving?
Receiving.
Oh, I could give that up. Like most of the time, the guys aren't good anyhow.
You messing with the wrong dudes, Richelle.
Got you. Okay, I knew there was like an underlying theme under that answer, but I love sports too. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what I'll do without sports, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I love during football season. Like, I am a sports nut.
Yeah,
I'm just all giddy now because like when football comes, it's gonna be fall. It's like, a little chilly, games. Just
don't skip the summer though, Brian. Hold on.
No, I'm not.
Come on now.
The grind.
It's pool season. It's barbecue season. Don't skip the summer.
I'm not skipping the summer, bro. But I just love football, bro, and I love that fall season, bro. Where football is on all the time. Like
I'm like the basic white girl. I like pumpkin spice. I like Uggs. I like flannels.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
claim it. I love it.
In that season.
Yeah.
I'm basic in that department. I like all that.
Yeah. Now, before I move on to the next question, because you did ask for clarification, would your answer have changed if I said you giving head?
No, because I'd probably still be.
You're like, nah, I'm cool.
I need sports. Okay. I'm just making sure because you asked for clarity, so I'm like, damn, she must really love giving head. Okay. Got you. So, okay, next one. Which position for you is better? Get it hit from the back or riding?
Riding.
Oh. Tell us why. Tell the porch why.
Because you can just grind your stuff, your shit, like right on them and just come.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah.
For all our listeners, she is literally riding right now. I'm sorry you can't see it.
My barstool chair right now.
Got you. All right, man. Now we appreciate you. That was actually our last one there on the doorbell. So, man, this has been a fun ass episode. Getting to learn about you and your story. And like I think Bolo had mentioned, like it's cool. The cool thing about you is that like although you are a star in your profession and all that, you're a human. You're a regular. I can tell you're just a down to earth, everyday person. So it's cool to be able to see that. So, tell the people where they can find you as far as like social media, and anything you got going on that you want to promote. This is your time to just let it out.
Yes, my Twitter is at Richelle Ryan. Instagram only Richelle Ryan. They're both verified. So if it does not have a blue check, it is not me. Like, please, guys, stop falling for these scam accounts. Oh my goodness. And then my TikTok, I'm on like my 5th or 6th one because I keep getting deleted, but it's Miss MS Richelle Ryan. And you can just follow my goofy, silly TikToks there.
Hey, y'all, stop deleting her TikToks, y'all. What y'all doing, man? Come on, I know you.
You can't do anything on there like without it just getting deleted. I'm like, whatever. I give up.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, all right.
Well, we do appreciate it. Obviously, listeners, you were in for a great treat. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram, The Porch Podcast _, Spotify, Apple Music, all your listening platforms. We will be on YouTube, so you can see Richelle Ryan as well. So make sure you check us out on YouTube as well. Peace, blessings, and love. Remember, the best you is the best you. All right, it's your boy Bolo, my dog D-Nail, and you know we kicking it with Richelle Ryan, and we out.
Peace.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we need. Now we undefeated. If we link, no, it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free, but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me. I'ma see it, I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated.
Presented by Bet Online.